Please ignore the mess behind me here. It is a busy season of life. Hi, I'm Rachel. Welcome back to Moon Mystic Cottage. I have been working on some little crochet stars that I will be turning into ornaments, and I'm making a whole bunch of them actually. I have several in this teal color, several in this purple sparkly, and then I've got around 7 in the silver sparkly here. And this yarn is a sparkle yarn. It's just an acrylic yarn from the Walmart brand. They were $3.13 per skein. I've used quite a bit of this, so this is probably about half, I'm guessing, that is left on this. But basically, my kids, I have 2 kids, and so at school, they are doing some, little bit of like Christmas gift exchange sort of things. And I am somebody who is very much so on a budget. I don't have a lot of funds to go around. I already had the yarn, and I'm like, what can I make? What can I make that is fairly quick and simple for me to do? So I found a pattern for these stars, and I'm going to leave a link in the description to go check out that pattern. And on the screen here, I will put the name of the channel where I found this pattern. Lovely channel. Please go check out her channel. There is one row that I came up with to add to the stars so that you don't have to block them on, when you like block crochet work and you spritz them with some water and you let them air dry, or you add heat to them to get them to kind of stay in that shape. I figured out an additional row that I could add that would give them a little bit more of a point so that I didn't have to worry about blocking them, because I don't really have time for that. I'm trying to make 34 of them, because for my son's class, my daughter's class, and then there's like a combined class. So there's a lot. Yeah, I need like 34 of them. So in this video, I'm just gonna share a little bit of me working on these stars. I'm gonna show you the one additional row that I added to this, so that if you wanna make these yourself, you can go check out the other tutorial, and then you can follow up with this extra row that I added to them. Before I forget, I went to Walmart and bought some treat bags, 2 sets of these, and I'll probably cut them down a little bit because they're going to be way too tall for this. These were about $2 for 20 bags, and then I also got just some simple candies. This was about $4.32. This was about $2, and so I'm just gonna add a few candies and add the ornament on top, and that's gonna be the little gift. So if you already have yarn, especially like a sparkle yarn, use what you have on hand, and this is a pretty cheap little Christmas gift that you can make at home with just a few additional supplies, and then you're not breaking the bank trying to buy a whole bunch of little trinket sort of things for your kids' classmates. And the other nice thing about it too is it's candy. They'll probably eat the candy, and it's an ornament they could put on their tree rather than it being some little cheap plastic garbage that's going to end up in a landfill. Let's get started with the rest of this video. All right, so I'm now at the point where I'm going to add the additional row around this. So it kind of just looks like a flower right now. And this is where the original tutorial ends, and she blocks the star down with some pins, and do what you got to do to block it. But I figured out an additional row that you could add to it to give it a little bit more shape. So I'm going to kind of show you how you could do that now if after you go watch her tutorial. So the first thing is, again, you're ending where her tutorial ended with the pattern. But I'm going to go into this next stitch here and do a slip stitch, and we're going to mark that stitch. Okay, then the next spot we're going to do a single crochet. Then in each of the chain 2 spaces, you're going to do a single, half double, chain 1, and let me show you here, single, half double, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch through the side here. I'm going to go into the side of what is the half double crochet stitch. Oops, except we're going to not lose our yarn there. But I'm going to go into the side and I'm going to do a slip stitch. Then I'm going to do a half double again into that whole chain 2 space and a single crochet. Okay, and then here I'm going to do a single crochet. Oops. Then we're going to do 2 slip stitches in a row, then a single crochet, and you repeat that whole pattern around. So slip stitch, single crochet, then again a single crochet, half double, chain 1. I need a little more yarn length here. Okay, there we go. Slip stitch into the side of that half double. Okay, that'll work. Half double, single crochet, and then into here, single crochet, slip stitch, and you just continue that around. And then you will end with a single crochet and then a slip stitch. And then you would just cut your tail. If I can find my scissors, here they are under all these stars. Leave a little bit of tail for sewing in. You're going to pull that out, remove your stitch marker from that first stitch. And yeah, then you have a star. Again, we're going to sew in those ends, tighten that center. And then you have a star that has a little bit more of a point to them. Now you could definitely still add some, what's it called, that starch. I think I have some of it somewhere, but you could add some of that spray to it. You could still wet them and lay them out if you wanted to. You could still block them too. I think it's up to you, but you could also just weave in your tails, leave it as is, add a little ribbon or something to it for hanging on the tree, which is what I'm going to be doing, is I'll be adding a little something to hang them. So I'm going to continue on with a whole bunch of these while I watch some gaming on YouTube. And yeah, so we'll just keep going. I am going to start sewing in ends on these stars. I still have more to make in one more color of this sparkle yarn. I have about, it'll be 7 more that I'll need to make, but I have 9 purple, 9 teal, and 9 silver now. So I can at least get started on those and finish up the other ones later. If you're enjoying this vlog style tutorial at all, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to grow my channel so that I can continue to work on content and bring you these fun little different vlogs and tutorials and just little aspects of my small business and my life. So, all right, let's get going with sewing in all of these ends. All right, so without me making this video ridiculously long, trying to get through all of these on camera, I did finish sewing in ends on 3 of these and added a little string for hanging. And so that's how they came out. I mean, it's a very cute, simple little ornament that you can make for family members, or in this case, for my kids to give to their classmates. And I think that, yeah, I think it's a really nice little gift, especially when if you're on a budget like I am, to make something like this when you have the ability to crochet. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. I never know how to end my video, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I appreciate you being here, and I hope to catch you in another video. I definitely have plenty of things to share for this upcoming year, and if you happen to find this video the next year, great, that's wonderful too. And I hope that this tutorial vlog helped you out in deciding on a quick ornament to make for gifts. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you later. Bye.